The soundtrack.
All right, thanks.
Paul, I wanted to start by going back to a quote of a review of the 1989 Don't Tell a Soul album. It kind of put an interesting case forward. The trouble with growing up in rock and roll is that people who loved you as precocious, angst-ridden brats don't necessarily take you seriously as reflective, angst-ridden adults. Has that been a problem in terms of leaving one audience behind for you and having to somewhat find another audience in the last
I didn't say that, did I?
No, the reviewer said that.
All right. Well, it's a problem if you make it a problem, if you concern yourself with it, which I might have more a few years ago. Now I don't care, and it's less of a problem. I see that, oddly enough, we're getting a younger following now. You know, since I've stopped trying to write songs for younger people, we get more of them, and I can't figure that out for the life of me.
Well, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
So do you get a sense that a lot of your original fans are kind of growing up with the band, or is it really a new audience?
Well, there are, in fact, the original fans who stuck with us from the beginning, and there's not a lot of them, but those are the ones that we really do this for. And then there are those who were there in the beginning and stopped listening after a while as soon as we started using acoustic guitars, you know, although we did on the first record, but not very much. But what was the question?
Is it mostly a new audience you're getting a sense of, or are people staying with you from
a bit of both. I mean, we lose a little each time, and we gain more, and like I say, it seems to be a younger audience that we're attracting now.
How would you describe the musical evolution of the band from the early days? I mean, the spirit has certainly remained fairly constant, I think.
Yeah, a certain part of the spirit. Yeah. The spirit of we're a rock and roll band and anything goes is still intact, but I think it was more of a spirit of, we didn't play very well in the beginning, and we knew it, so we used to do things to distract people's attention from the fact that we didn't play very well. And now that we've learned how to play, we don't do as many ridiculous things. And once again, I forgot the question.
A lot of those things you had a reputation for, being wild partiers and totally unpredictable and that sort of thing, I got the band a lot of notoriety early on, but have some of those things come back to haunt you in terms of, you know, now being taken more seriously as musicians?
Well, yeah, in a way. I mean, it's up to us now to shut up and prove that we can make good music, which I think we have. And now, this time, I guess we're proving that we can play well live and put on a good show, which we have been doing, which we haven't always done in the past. I mean, we always had a good time, but some of those good times were not necessarily good shows. But, yeah, the time for talking about it is over. It's just, you know, go out there and do it.
Do you still tread the fine line in live performance between the sort of chaotic and unpredictable? And
well, it's less chaotic now. I mean, I'll admit to that. I mean, we have a set that we don't necessarily follow to the T, but it's there to fall back on in case we get stumped, whereas we used to never have any set, and we would stand there for 15 minutes scratching our heads going, you know, like, well, what should we play? You know, those days are over. But we still will do a request or try a song we haven't done in a long time and don't know how it goes, and, you know, play 2 minutes of it and stop. But, you know, we try to keep it loose.
You've had a lot of media acclaim. You've been kind of media darlings or critical acclaim for a number of years now. One magazine, I think, called The Replacements the last great band of the 80s, as the decade was turning after Don't Tell a Soul came out. Has that almost been a kind of kiss of death or something? What is the missing ingredient to bridge the gap now to record sales and really crossing that bridge?
You got me. I don't know. It's, I mean, I've made the best record I could this time, and I think in the past we tried, but this time I didn't try to make a commercial record. I just tried to make the best one I could make, and I'm happy with it. If it doesn't sell, you know, 1 million copies, then I'm prepared for that. But I don't know what the formula is, unless you know, the obvious formula, make it sound like something that just sold 1 million. That's one way to do it, but that's not our style to do it like that.
Let's talk a bit about the new album, then, All Shook Down. Do you feel it breaks any new ground for you? Do you view it as a progression of some sort from things you've done
think
before?
so. I think it puts a lot of the old replacement-y image stuff to rest, where this record was done with the songs being the star of the record, rather than the band's image and the band's playing being right up there. And, you know, hence the no pictures of the group and, you know, different musicians played. And I think it was an attempt to show people that we have good songs and we can make good music, and, you know, everything, it's like all of the antics seem to overshadow the songs for so many years, and that frustrated me in particular. So I want to at least get an equal balance.
What is it that's allowed you to continue for 10 years, like plus, in one unit like this? That's pretty rare that a
dumb luck
band keeps going that long.
I don't know. I'd give you a big line about how hard working we are, which is a pile of crap. We're not. We've been lucky. We're good.
In the mid '80s, you lost Bobby Stinson. In the past year now, you've lost your original drummer, Chris Murs. Has there been a closer bond between you and Tommy Stinson that's allowed the two of you to keep working together over that time?
Yeah, Tommy and I are close and think along the same lines and always have. And it just got, I mean, things got very stale, and had we not done those both, you know, gotten rid of Chris and Bob, I mean, the band would have ended in '86 if we would have kept Bob, and it would have ended in '90 if we kept Chris. It's, you know, to keep the band going, we had to do that.
You've, I guess, gradually taken more control of the whole situation. Now it's definitely Paul Westerberg songs, done the Paul Westerberg way, perhaps, and you've been involved in the production as well. What stops the Replacements from simply being a Paul Westerberg solo project at this point?
I guess the live performance, for one, because it's, I mean, once we play live, I become the lead singer and the rhythm guitar player, and it's not, they're not my backing group, you know, we're a band. And I've always liked doing that, but I've always felt frustrated in the studio because we could never capture that in the studio, so I stopped trying and wanted to offer something different. You know, the recorded music, and then I see no reason why we can't be just a rock and roll band live.
As a songwriter, are there major themes or issues that you feel strong about dealing, or themes you see recurring in your...
I suppose I do. I mean, I analyze my songs least of anyone who likes the band. I mean, I love the band, but I never sit down and think, what am I writing about? Yeah, Tommy sounds good tonight, doesn't he? They all stem from people. I mean, when someone asks, like, does the well run dry? It's like you always meet different people, and as long as there are different people to meet, there's different songs. It's simple.
What's next for the Replacements? You don't strike me as the band that has a game plan mapped out far into the future.
No, we didn't. And even at one time when we kind of tried that, it was just uncomfortable. It didn't fit us. And just in the near future, we're going to finish this tour here and then go to Europe in a month, and then come back and play some more of the States. And after that, I don't know. I would assume we would, I'll take some time off and write and record. Maybe Tommy will make a record or something.
Best of luck to the Replacements. Thanks for spending some time with us on Soundtrack.
Thank you.